God, dog, this one here is rough, boy. All right, everybody. Well, we're going to go ahead and call it a wrap right here for this week. We've had a bunch of random stuff going on this week in the shop, and haven't really got a lot of footage of everything that went on, but I will try to kind of catch you up on a little bit of it. First off, the white 3rd gen that we've been working on is pretty much stripped down now. It's ready to be painted for the most part. A little bit left cleaning up in the engine bay before we spray it, but it's pretty freaking close. Also this week, we got Parker's truck in here, got the trans pulled out of it, found that it did in fact have a broken output shaft, which is what we expected. So probably in the next week, it'll be going up to see Tim and Chris up at TRE. They're gonna go through, we're doing a Santjer input, billet intermediate, billet output. So it's gonna be a pretty stout transmission, and it should be more than enough to hold anything he'll ever throw at it. So that'll be pretty sweet to get that one back on the road and running for him before Truck Wars. Also this week, the boys went up to a truck pull up in Northern Virginia. It was about 3.5, 4 hours away. They went up there to pick up a motor for AJ's truck to eventually build and go in that. And then they also, like I said, went to the sled pull. And in the sled pull, the pulls finally got the best of the truck and ended up, it broke the hitch and the rear drive shaft. So they, I believe, have parts on the way to go ahead and get that fixed, because there is another truck pull this coming weekend they're trying to make it to.
Oh
while they were up there at the pool, I went out to Northeast Dragway, hang out with Brian Jelich and Zach, and they had his truck out there on the fresh setup to try to get a 590 tune-up dialed in on the truck. So he ran his first pass, tuned way down from what it would normally be, and the truck ran a 603, I believe is what it was, on the new setup. Then turned it up just a little bit. It went like a 589 in second round of qualifying. And then going in first round eliminations, the truck went even faster and went like 576 maybe. Something along them lines. Anyways, the truck rode out pretty good. Truck performed pretty good. He found a couple small issues, but excited to see what it does for him the remainder of the year because the truck was running great for a 7.3, that is. But no, really the truck does run great. Everything looked really good, and it's got me really excited to get my truck back and put it together and get it out on the track finally. Other than that, a little bit of update on things here in the shop. So as I showed, this is the motor out of Trashy, and as you can see here, somebody is not too happy. There's a bunch of things that are kind of going around in my head as to what happened. As you can see, that piston don't look the best. She's a little flaky. So is this one. But I was told that the truck had a big set of injectors, big CP3, and that they had taken a tune off of the man's buddy's truck and put on this truck. And that truck was supposedly 1,800 horsepower. So that tells me that the tunes were robbed from another tuner's stuff and thrown on here. And if I had to guess, the tune was way off for the setup, the injectors, CP3, everything else. And that's what led to the melting of the piston. But regardless, it don't really matter which of the motors in the shop that we use at this point. They got to be gone through. So the boys at KDD are going to be taking care of us on that. And we're going to get a motor freshened up and ready to throw in the white truck out here. Other than that, some good news. Looking here in the engine bay on Alex's truck, it is getting very, very close to being wrapped up. There's a few things. There's like a coolant sensor here that we've got to wire in. I've still got to extend this wire. We got to clean up a little bit of the fan wiring and stuff that we're working on now. Nathan's been working hard this week while I was at work. And while I was gone, he has been working on putting in a relay panel, fuse box, distribution blocks, the whole 9 yards, to try to make this thing as simple and I guess feasible as possible. But regardless, the truck is coming together and we're getting really, really close on this thing. As soon as the piping comes back, we'll be able to get this side buttoned up. Like I said, a few wires and the engine bay will be done. But we close this hood. And look at this old girl here. This thing's come a long ways since the day that she got pulled in the shop here. Cannot wait to see this thing go down the track. Put the bed on it. Got his big old donkey dick turn up tip here. And it's looking mighty, mighty fresh. So I'm digging it. The setup is sick. So I know the truck looks good. I'm ready to see it get out and hear it run. Hear it spool those big old 5-blade knuckle sandwich that it's got going on in there. And see it put in work, hopefully. But anyways, like I said, that's going to pretty much wrap us up for this week. Hopefully next week, this thing will be driving around and get some good beauty shots of her. But anyways, that's going to pretty much wrap us up in here. Thank you guys for watching as always, and we will see you guys in the next one.